guys, this is Comic Uno, and today I wanted to do a little rundown video of all the Marvel titles that were announced today, or pretty much leaked today. Supposedly this was supposed to come out tomorrow with the previews book on Wednesday, and it got leaked. I think Bleeding Cool started, and then we had, I guess Comic Book Resource got the get-go, and they were able to release them. So yeah, it's just been this big leak of all these Marvel #1s that are coming out. But you could go to comicfrontline.com where we have the article that shows all the comics that have been revealed so far. So I wanted to do a video, just a little rundown of my thoughts of these #1s and which ones I want to get or which ones I'm iffy about. Let's get started. So first one that's on the list with Comic Frontline is Carnage, issue 1, and all these are ongoing, it seems like, and this is by Jerry Conway, art by Mike Perkins. So I'm not a huge Carnage fan. I picked up a couple of Carnage books here and there, so I'll probably skip this one, but cool that Carnage is getting a book. Next one is Robbie Thompson and Ariel Olvedi on Venom Space Knight. So Flash Thompson is getting another Venom series, except now it's in space. So if you wanted Venom to actually interact with the Guardians of the Galaxy, this might be the book for you. I will give this book a try. I like Flash Thompson as Venom, and I think this could be an interesting book. Next we have Ultimates, which I guess is another Avengers type title, obviously using the Ultimate Universe version of the Avengers, so we'll have to actually see what that's all about. But it seems like we have Galactus. I'm trying to see everyone that's on here I recognize. Black Panther's there, Miss America, Captain Marvel, and this is, it says ultimate problems need ultimate solutions. So I'm guessing this is just going to be another space adventure with the Avengers, but good promotion or good marketing using the Ultimates title. Next is a title I'm actually really excited to read, which is Web Warriors. This is by the same creative team that does the Spider-Verse title right now for Secret Wars, and I've actually been really pleasantly surprised with that title. Really think the chemistry's there for all the characters, and I'm super excited to read Web Warriors. I think it's a really good cast of Spider people, so excited about that one. Next is just a reboot, relaunch of a title that already existed. But that's Spider-Man 2099 issue 1 by same creative team, Peter David and Will Slaney. I really enjoy enjoying the Spider-Man, or not even Spider-Man, just the Secret Wars 2099. Really enjoying that title. And going back to Spider-Man 2099, I don't know how to feel about that. I mean, obviously, it was a no-brainer this would happen, but I honestly would have liked them to stick with this Avenger title. I think it's really interesting. But yeah, so I'm going to probably pick up issue 1 of Spider-Man 2099, but haven't been totally impressed with the series, just because I'm not a huge Miguel fan. But let's see, I'll probably give that one a try. Next one I'm actually surprised by, but excited about, and that's Spider-Woman issue 1 by the same creative team that's on Spider-Woman. They're just relaunching it and having a different story. Again, this is 8 months later after Secret Wars, and we have a full-blown pregnant Jessica Drew. And when I first heard this, I was like, whoa, that's different. I've heard some people a little skeptical on it, but I've honestly been thinking, hey, there has not been a hero who's been pregnant in a really long time. I think the last time that happened was with Jessica Jones. So I think it'd be really cool to see what they do with Jessica Drew and her, starting a family. I really like this idea. I think it's something different for the character. So I'm excited, and I think Hopeless does a really good job with the character moments, with the works I've seen him do recently, with a lot of the Avengers Academy stuff, or Avengers Arena, they've renamed that title so many times, some of the Disney stuff, and now Spider-Woman. I'm actually really excited for this book. It's one of the ones I'm actually most excited for. Next is Daredevil, a new creative team. We knew Mark Waid would be leaving the series, and now we have Charles Soule on the series, and I like Charles Soule's work for the most part. I feel like he has always really great starts on his runs, and then it starts to decline a little bit. A good example of that was She-Hulk. I really enjoyed She-Hulk in the beginning, and then towards the end it kind of fizzled out. But, you know, Charles Soule is a lawyer, so for him to do another lawyer character, I think it'll be cool. And supposedly with this title, we're going to see Gambit as his protege. We'll see how that works out. But I'll definitely be giving this one a try. Next is Howling Commandos of S.H.I.E.L.D. issue 1. And let me see who's on this team, if I can even recognize it. I think Kid Abomination looks like is on the team. So yeah, just a lot of monsters on the team. I'm probably not going to get this. Never cared about the Howling Commandos. But if you do, I guess it's cool that they're there. I'll probably not get it. Next is, you know, something I'm not surprised by, but it's definitely going a different direction, and that's Amazing Spider-Man issue 1. Supposedly, Spider-Man's going global. It's very much a Batman Inc. thing. He has a Spider-Mobile. We don't even know who, like, there might be different Spider people. It might not just be Peter Parker. When I heard this concept, I felt like it's a bit of jumping the shark. But, you know, I like Dan Slott as a writer, so I'm obviously going to give it a try. I love Spider-Man, so I'll always be picking up the title. But I'm not, you know, not excited for this one as much as other titles. But of course we'll be giving it a try. Now next one, which was already announced, which was Spider-Man issue 1, Brian Michael Bendis and Sara Pichelli. Really love Sara Pichelli's art, and Bendis has been doing a great job with Miles Morales' story. So yeah, of course I'll be getting this, and I'm glad to see that Miles is continuing his story, and you know, obviously Bendis is the perfect person to continue that story. Next is something I'm very excited to see, which is Ant-Man issue 1. Same creative team, and for the most part I really enjoyed the first arc of Ant-Man. It's actually one of my favorite titles that came out this year. But of course, you know, Cassie, I wanted a little bit more Cassie. It seems like, you know, hopefully they'll deal with Cassie once being stabbed in a superhero and dying, let's hope. And it seems like we're going to see a strained relationship between Cassie and Scott, which will be interesting because obviously it's the complete opposite of what we had in the first run with Nick Spencer. So this is definitely one of the books I'm most excited for because it's one of the books that I really enjoyed before this relaunch. Another book that I'm excited about is Silk issue 1, same creative team, and why I'm excited about it seems like Silk is going to the dark side a bit. Same thing for Ant-Man. So we'll have to see why she goes to the dark side. And I've totally been enjoying Silk, so excited about that one. Next is Uncanny Avengers. We have Jerry Duggan on it and Ryan Stegman, which is great creative team. And it looks like, you know, we have Quicksilver, Spider-Man, of course, Brother Voodoo looks like he's on the cover too, Rogue, Human Torch, Captain America, Deadpool. I might try this one. It's interesting. I really like Dugan's work, so I think I'm going to try the first issue. But I usually end up dropping it on Uncanny Avengers, and I'm not totally loving the roster. It's, you know, kind of something we've already seen. But of course for Spider-Man and the Human Torch, I'll probably give it a try. Now this one I am 100% excited for, and this is All New Wolverine with Laura being Wolverine, written by Tom Taylor, one of my favorite current writers right now, David Lopez, who has great artwork too. Yeah, I'm super excited for this because I've said this beforehand. I actually wanted a rescue book because I think Tom Taylor does such a great job with female characters. I mean, he does great with every character in character moments in general, but his female characters are just so well written, and I think he's the perfect person to write this series. Now this is one of my most anticipated books from the relaunch. Uncanny X-Men. I'm not sure how to feel about this one. You have Cullen Bunn, which I've read a couple of his stuff. Haven't found the exact series I love from him, but also Greg Land art, you know, the one that usually always smiles, or at least the art always is smiling and the facial expressions are great. But he's been on Uncanny X-Men before. It seems like we're seeing obviously the more evil side of the mutants, because you have Magneto, Sabretooth, Mystique. I'm personally not a big villain fan, so I'll try the first issue, but I don't know if I'll stick with that one. Now this one I'm super excited about. That's All New X-Men with Mark Bagley's artwork and Dead is Hopeless, a writer I really enjoy. And it seems like we're going to have Angel, Kitty Pryde's back on the team. It's pretty much the same team on a road trip. So really excited about that. Love the creative team, and I'm glad Kitty's still part of the team. So I'm glad we're seeing a fresher look on that series. Another series that looks great. X-Men now honestly has a really good roster here, or a really good amount of titles, and that's Extraordinary X-Men, written by Jeff Lemire, which I've liked some of his titles, and Ramos, who does Humberto Ramos, who obviously did Spider-Man, and it actually is a pretty good roster. You got Nightcrawler, Jean Grey, Magic, Storm, Old Man Logan, so really enjoying this roster, and of course just the creative team, especially Ramos. I love his artwork, so I will definitely be getting that one. I'm actually excited for that one. Another one's Old Man Logan, same creative team that's working on Old Man Logan right now. I probably won't get this series since I'm not reading Old Man Logan. I've never read the previous Old Man Logan either, so I'll probably be skipping that one. Now this is actually a little upsetting. We have Nova issue 1, not upsetting, but yeah, I guess a little. It's written by Sean Ryan, art by Corey Smith. I don't know these creators, but the upsetting part is that Jerry Dugan's not writing Nova anymore, and I loved his run on Nova, but it seems like we're going to see father and son, so excited about that, and hopefully it'll keep the family essence that we all enjoyed with Dugan's run. Next is Karnak, which I think he's like an original character if I'm not mistaken, and this could be written by Warren Ellis. I'm probably not going to get this. It doesn't seem like my sort of thing, so I'll probably be skipping that. Next is, something I'm surprised by. Hawkeye issue 1, Jeff Lemire, same creative team that did all new Hawkeye. And it's going to be Kate from the 1602 series and this older version of Hawkeye. So I love Kate. I'm glad she's still part of it, but it's weird to see that version. I really enjoyed the story. But yeah, what happened to our current Hawkeyes? I thought that was interesting, but I'm 100% going to pick that up. It should be a cool little thing there. Next we have Sam Wilson, Captain America, written by Nick Spencer. Glad to see a lot of stuff from Nick Spencer. And it seems like we're going to see both Sam Wilson and Steve Rogers in this series. Now, I personally am not a big Captain America fan, so I'll probably skip this, but I know a lot of people have been enjoying the series, so, at least we still have Sam as Captain America. One series, this is another one I'm really excited about, New Avengers. Why am I excited about this? Because we're seeing a bit more of these teen heroes. And we have, Hawkeye on the team, again, a different version of Hawkeye, Hulking and Wiccan. Don't love the proportion artwork here, very anime, kind of 90s style bulkiness. So don't know about the artwork, but excited for the roster, and it's something a little bit different, I feel. Alright, next is Illuminati, probably a continuation of the New Avengers stuff that Hickman's been doing. Can't even tell who's on the team there, but we have Josh Williamson and Sean doing the artwork. Don't really know the creative team that well, but never been into the Illuminati stuff, so probably will skip that. Scarlet Witch, you have James Robinson on the title. I'll probably give this one a shot. I've, never been a huge Scarlet Witch fan, but always wanted to get more into the character. I like James Robinson's writing for the most part, so I will give this one a try. Star-Lord, we have the regular Star-Lord series. Seems like he's going into space, but he's already in space. He has this astronaut thing going on. It says, feels like the first time. Feels like the very first time. So I've been picking up Star-Lord. I like Humphrey's writing, so I will be picking this up too. Now this is the weird one. We have Guardians of the Galaxy. Brian Michael Bendis is still writing the series. And you have a female Star-Lord that looks a lot like Kitty Pryde. So I'm thinking that's Kitty Pryde as the new Star-Lord, which is weird because you have a Star-Lord series with Star-Lords, or there are two Star-Lords. Very confused by that, but if it is Kitty Pryde, I am very excited about that title, to see how she got into that position. And then you have the Thing part of the Guardians of the Galaxy, very excited about that one. Next is a no-brainer. You have Spider-Gwen, same creative team, just showing that, Spider-Gwen's back, and finally revealing the secret origins of Gwen Stacy and Peter Parker, which a lot of us have been excited for, and I know I'm excited for. Another series that's a no-brainer, Miss Marvel, and it just looks awesome. It seems like, you know, Kamala has accomplished something big. They're celebrating. Because it says, congrats, Miss Marvel. Super excited for that. Been loving that series. Drax, which we already knew about. I don't know why we need all of these Guardians of the Galaxy titles. I will not be picking that up. Then we have Angela, same creative team. I've never really been into the character, so I'll be skipping that. Howard Duck, same creative team. Don't know why we need a relaunch, but it's there. I've been kind of falling off of Howard the Duck. You know, it's one of those comedy books that seem like one-shotty. You don't really need to read every issue. So I have to debate to see if I'm going to get Howard the Duck again. Then we have Deadpool, issue 1. You know, I've not picked up Deadpool in a really long time, but I've heard good things about Dugan's Run, so I might pick up issue 1. Hopefully it's a good jumping on point. So it's the same creative team, so I'm sure it's going to be the same vibe. Then you have Squadron Supreme from James Robinson, and I've never been a Squadron Supreme fan, or, you know, older generation type Marvel fan, so I'll probably be skipping that. Now this one I'm super excited for. You have Mighty Thor with Jane as Thor. Super excited. Love the cover. Love the artwork. 100% gonna get that series. Then you have Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which is really interesting because Mark Guggenheim, who's the writer of Arrow, will be writing this series. So I'll, of course, be getting this. I don't know if it'll be like S.H.I.E.L.D. right now, where it coincides with the television show, but I 100% will get this because I really like Mark Guggenheim's writing, and also I've been really enjoying Wade's run on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Vision, at first, I was not going to get, but then I read the premise of it, and it's going to be about Vision wanting a normal life, or, you know, this android wanting a normal life, and the way they described it really sold me. So I will be getting the Vision. At first, again, I've never been a Vision fan, but I'm like, this actually seems pretty interesting. Next, we have Uncanny Inhumans, which was already announced. I've never been an Inhumans fan, so I'll be skipping that. Contest of Champions, it seems like the older version of Hulk. Not too into that. I'll have to hopefully learn a little bit more about that title, but it doesn't look too interesting to me. Then we have Captain Marvel from, I'm pretty sure, the creators of, I want to say, why can't I think of the name? The Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. spinoff, Agent Carter. I think it's the creators of Agent Carter, or the executive producers on that show, and it looks like it's going in a kind of cool direction. So I've been picking up Captain Marvel for a pretty long time now, so I will be picking up the series too. Or at least trying it out. And then you have All New, All Different Avengers, which has been talked about before. I'm super excited for that series. Good creative team. Got Doctor Strange. Not a Doctor Strange fan, so I'll be skipping that. Totally Awesome Hulk. I will get that. I want to see who this Totally Awesome Hulk is. Then you have A-Force, which has already been announced that we were going to get another series. Hopefully it you know, fits this new Marvel Universe. I personally was not impressed with the first issue, but I think it was more because of the world building that nothing really fits. But super excited to see a female, you know, all-female Avengers team. And last but not least, Invincible Iron Man with David Marquez, one of my favorite artists right now, and Brian Michael Bendis, which I'm really excited to see what he would do with Iron Man. So I think that's a great creative team. Now I'm happy also that we know Tom Taylor's on a good title again, because I was worried. I'm like, I love his Superior Iron Man. I want to still see him work for Marvel. And he's doing so. So those are all the titles that are announced so far that are going to be in the preview book. Maybe we'll see more in November or at San Diego Comic-Con. But overall, I don't want to say I'm like super impressed with the lineup. I do think there's a lot of repetitive stuff here. A lot of characters are already on teams, just, you know, on a lot of titles, which obviously has always been a big problem. But there are some status quos I'm really interested in, like Spider-Woman, you know, obviously Spider-Gwen, Miss Marvel, what else? Miles Morales. You know, a lot of these newer titles that I am interested in. Daredevil. You know, just go back and see what I was interested in. But yeah, there's a lot of interesting titles also. And I was actually really surprised we didn't get a Jessica Jones series for October. Because, you know, supposedly around that time we're going to get a Jessica Jones series. You know, it's like fall time we're going to be getting it. So I was a little surprised that we didn't get that here, I would think we would get Jessica Jones comic if we're, you know, we're having a TV show. Usually they go that route, but hopefully in November, December we'll get it. But yeah, overall the lineup is okay. You know, I'm not totally shocked with a lot of them. There wasn't anything I was like, oh my god, can't wait to read this, that we didn't already know about. So those are my opinions. I'm a little underwhelmed with the titles, but still there will be a lot of titles I pick up and give a try. Please let me know in the comments below what you think. What titles do you want to get from this new lineup? Were there any titles obviously you wanted in a lineup you didn't get? For me, it's Jessica Jones, always Spider-Girl, we never get. Power Pack, Young Avengers, Runaways. I wanted more teen books. Or teen books, not team, but I wanted more teen books, and we didn't really get that with Marvel. And hopefully maybe in the future we will. But let me know in the comments below what you think. This is Comic Uno. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter. Don't forget to like my Facebook page. Also, in the description below, there's links from my comic book, Like Father, Like Daughter. And don't forget to like the Facebook page of Like Father, Like Daughter. I'll see you guys later. Bye.